Let us now start determiners. Under determiners comes articles, and that is what we are going to do right now. In English language, we have two articles. One is the, and the other one is a or an. The is used to refer a specific or a particular noun, and a and an is used to modify non-specific or non-particular nouns. We call the as the definite article and an as the indefinite article. The refers to a specific person or a particular member of a group, which we will come to know with an example. A or an, on the other hand, do not mention a specific individual or a thing. Hence, TH is known as definite article, A and N known as indefinite articles. The, as you can see, is used to refer to a specific or a particular member of a group. If you want to talk about a specific or a particular member of a group, you can use TH. For example, I saw the most popular movie of the year. You can see there are many movies, but only one particular movie is the most popular. There are many movies, but out of them one movie is the most popular movie. Therefore we use the, because we are mentioning that one noun out of that group. We are specifying that, we are making that particular. A or an is used to refer non-specific or non-particular member of the group. For example, I would like to go see a movie. Here we are not talking about a specific movie, we are talking about any movie that's there in the theaters. Now there are many movies and I want to see any movie. I don't have a specific one in mind. Any movie will do the job for me. Let us now look at the use of a and n. We'll start with n first and then a will come. And the definite article the is for another lesson. Now each one of these has three rules under them. Let's start with n. Rule number 1 says n is used before words having vowel sounds. That is, any sound that starts with a, e, I, o, u. For example, an update, an epidemic, an egg, an efficient man, an umbrella. So any sound you get in English language that starts with a vowel, you use n before it. This one is pretty easy. Let's go to rule number 2. N is also used before words having silent H. There are many words in English language where H, the letter, is used silently. We don't pronounce that. For example, an hour, we don't say hour. An honor, we don't say honor. So in these words that you see here, all the H's are silent. An heir, an honest man, an honorary award. In here you can see that in all these words H is silent. Therefore we use N with them. Here is a note. You do not have to be confused with these sounds as they give the direct sound of H. But there are other words that start with H. But there is a difference. In these words you can see H is very direct and H is very active. For example, a house. It's not house. A hammer, a harsh remark, a humble man, a humane act. In these words you can see H is directly pronounced and it is not silent. So when you have a word that starts with H, you have to know whether H is silent or not. You cannot directly see a word starting with H and use N. You better be careful in this. Then rule number 3 says N is used before certain abbreviations. What's an abbreviation? Abbreviation means short form of certain words. Like there are lengthy words and we use shortcut forms of them to use while speaking as well as in writing. For example, MA, which stands for Masters of Arts, SMS, which stands for Short Messaging Service, LP School stands for Lower Primary School, MP School, Middle Primary School, MLA stands for Member of the Legislative Assembly, and IPS stands for Indian Police Service. FRCS stands for Fellowship of the Royal College of Surgeons. Now you can see all these words are abbreviations. Hence, we pronounce only the first letter, and based on the first letter, we use the article. When we say MA, we don't say ma. We say M and then A separately. So we pronounce M first. When you pronounce M, if you pronounce it slowly, you would see that A comes, the sound A comes first. If you say it slowly, A mo. So A comes first and mo later on. Therefore, A is a vowel, article N is used. Similarly, while pronouncing SMS, we pronounce all the letters separately, and when you say S, A comes first and so later on. Hence, A is a vowel sound and SMS. S, so you can see A comes first. While pronouncing L, you can also notice A comes first. A, L. So A is a vowel. Therefore, NLP school. M already discussed. So I'll go to IPS. I, as you know, is already a vowel sound. So we don't say IPS, we say IPS. I is a vowel, so N. And the last one, when we pronounce this abbreviation, we say FRCS. We pronounce all the letters individually. When you say F, you say A first and 4 comes later on. If, hence we use N because A is a vowel sound. With that, the explanation of N is over. Let us quickly go to the use of A. Rule 1 says A is used before consonant sounds. Leaving the 5 vowels, all the other letters or alphabets are known as consonants. So if you find any other word that starts with the consonants other than the vowels, we use A before them. For example, a cow, a box, a fox, a house, a mouse, a picnic. In these examples you can see C is a consonant sound, B is a consonant sound, F, H, M, P, all of them are consonant sounds. So rule 1 says A is used directly before a consonant sound. Let's go to rule number 2. A is used before U sound. U sound starting with the letter E or U. Keep in mind, U and E are vowels. And it says, even if a word starts with E or U, but if it gives you the sound of U, Y-U-U, the sound of U, or Y-O-O-U, then you have to use A before it, not N. For example, if you see the examples here. A, union, university, uniform, unity, European. Euro also can be used here. So in all these words you can see they start with a vowel, either E or U. Majority of them start with U, but they give U sound. Therefore, we use A before them. Now, if you compare this with any other U sound, for example, unkind, unkind, or unknown, or unnoticed. In these words you can see the sound of U is quite, it's not U, it's A. First one is unkind, second one is unknown, and third one is unnoticed. In three of these words you can see the sound is A, not U. Therefore, you need to be very careful when you see a sentence that starts with E. Again, I can give you another word with E, like elephant or elevation. You can see in there also it doesn't give you the sound of U. They're completely other sounds of a vowel. So with these words, unkind, unknown, unnoticed, and elephant, you have to use N. But with the above sounds you can see although they start with a U or E, but they give you the sound of U. Therefore you cannot use N, you have to use A as the rule says. Let's quickly go to rule number 3, that's the last rule. A is used before stressed O or WA sound starting with the letter O. This is similar. O is a vowel sound, but rule number 3 says you would use A if the sound of O is stressed, and it is used with these compound words as you can see in the examples. A 1 rupee note, a one-legged man, a one-eyed giant. In three of these sounds you can see O, the sound O is stressed. Wa, 1 rupee, one-legged, one-eyed. It is not on leg, on rupees. It's not like that. It's not short-lived, it's long-lived. Under the note you can see not to be confused with these sounds, as they give you direct O sound without stress. Okay, without a stress. In here you can see onion, option, operation, ointment. In these words you can see that the sound of O is very short-lived. It is not stressed. It is not onion, it's not option, it's not operation, or it's not ointment. The O is very short-lived. Again, when you see a word that starts with O, you need to remember these rules and judge inside your brain before you use the article. Okay, that's pretty much it for this class.